Hello, welcome to Just My Opinion, episode 21. In this episode, it's going to be entitled Cosby. And the reason why I'm doing this episode, because of the recent release of Bill Cosby. The Supreme Court of the state of Pennsylvania overturned his conviction. And my take on it and my view on it is, I'm not going to discuss his guilt or innocence. I'm not going to discuss his comic genius or his icon status. I'm not going to discuss his philanthropy. I'm not going to discuss whether he drugged women or not. My issue with the whole thing is how they took the law that they were sworn to uphold. You take an oath to uphold the law when you're a DA or you're a prosecutor, you're officers of the court. And what the Pennsylvania Supreme Court found was that they violated his rights. And whether you feel as though he did it or not, we all have rights under the law. We're all protected under the Constitution. Criminals and civilians. They violated and circumvented the law to get this man convicted. And ironically, this is why he's free today. He's free today because they used a deposition that he took in a civil trial, in which they promised him before he took the deposition, if you waive the Fifth Amendment, your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent in case it will incriminate you. Don't worry about it. Talk freely. You never have to worry about being prosecuted. This was the agreement that he had in place. The current DA, the previous DA, Bruce Castor, he said there was no evidence. There was enough evidence to arrest or convict Mr. Cosby. So one of the victims, she was suing him in civil court. So what he said was, I couldn't convict him. I knew I didn't have enough evidence to get him convicted, even to arrest him. But I did tell him, if you forego the Fifth Amendment, your Fifth Amendment right, answer all questions in this deposition freely, you will never be prosecuted, or your testimony in this deposition cannot be used against you in a court of law. The new DA, he beat Bruce Castor in an election because he ran on a platform that he would get Bill Cosby convicted. He was going to make Montgomery South safe from big bad Bill Cosby. So he won the election. He said he wouldn't show favor to celebrity or someone that's famous. He won the election on that platform. And he made good on his promise to go after Bill Cosby. He got Bill Cosby convicted, but how he got him convicted was the problem. He used portions of Bill Cosby testimony in a deposition, him giving his testimony in deposition, when it was agreed upon that can and will not be used against you ever in criminal prosecution. Civil lawsuits, fine. Criminal, it won't be used against you. And it was used, and it was vital to get him convicted. He got convicted on the fact that he took the deposition and he testified. And that same testimony that he gave freely, thinking that he had immunity, was used against him to get him convicted. But this is why he's free today. Because the Pennsylvania Supreme Court said, y'all have an agreement with the man that this won't be used against him, but then you turn around and use the same thing that you said you wouldn't use against him, use against him and get him convicted. This is wrong. It's justice tainted. It's tainted by the wrongdoings and a backdoor maneuver by the DA and the prosecutor. I seen on the news where the former DA of Montgomery County said, now this opens Montgomery County up for a lawsuit from Bill Cosby. They violated his rights. It was shady, underhanded, and that shows how much lust they had to convict this man. This is what it showed. They had so much lust and was so eager to make an example and to convict that they broke the very law that they said they would uphold. Bill Cosby's a free man right now because of their greed and their lust and their wanting to get him convicted. They went about it the wrong way. It's a win at all cost mentality. But you can't do that when you're playing with people's lives and people's freedom. Now, I'm not debating whether he's guilty or innocent. That's not for me to decide. The facts of the matter is, he's a free man today because the shady underdealings of the DA. Now, you may be denied justice to some of his victims. I don't know, because I don't know if he did it or didn't do it. That's not for me to decide. But the fact of the matter is, he was convicted by using wrongful tactics. And the Pennsylvania Supreme Court had the courage to say, no, this is wrong. We cannot let this man no longer sit in prison when you violated the law. You violated his rights. Is justice equal, or is justice just? It shows us a brighter side for people of wealth and fame, or white people. Let's be honest. They get a better break in court than African Americans or Spanish people. I mean, it's not just me talking crazy. These are facts. These are statistics. It's not that. Just poor people, period, get a bad break in court. They don't get a fair opportunity or a chance as others do of wealth and that are white and affluent. And that's poor people of any color, white, black, Chinese, whatever. So when they're rushed to try to get justice for these victims or for this man, get this man convicted, what happened was you wind up, if what you say is true, if he's this big monster, he's raping all these women, now you released him back on the public. And you released him back on the public because of your haste. And you just wanting that conviction. That feather in your cap. I got Bill Cosby off the street. I got him convicted. But you went about it the wrong way. This is why this man is free today. He's free today because of the way you try to circumvent and go around the law to get this man convicted. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't hope he do so. Only because it would teach the DAs, be careful how you play with the law because you're playing with someone's life. Be careful with the backdoor dealings and maneuverings that you may be doing or making. It's not just about your win-loss record or how many convictions you got. It's about justice. And if you get justice and it's tainted in any form of wrongdoing, then it's not justice. This is what they should learn from. And think about it. Their lust was so great to get him convicted that they broke the rules and laws. So what is it to say that they haven't broke the rules and the laws for countless and many other people that's been convicted of a crime in Montgomery County? Think how many innocent people may be locked up. This reeks of misproper use of the law, improper use of the law. Now you open your door for a lot of other people to say, they did me the same way. They did this, they did that. So I'm not here to debate whether Bill Cosby done a crime or not. My whole topic is about how the conviction was won and how it was overturned. And it's because wrongdoing. You can't get someone convicted at any and all costs. Even if your mean is you're being and breaking the rules. Especially when you're told to uphold the law to the fullest. You officer of the court. I hope Bill Cosby do so. And I hope this be a lesson to overzealous prosecutors who just want to prosecute at any and all costs. They just want a conviction at any and all costs. And this happened to this man, and he rich and famous. How many poor people do you think didn't get a fair shake? How many brown people, how many black people that didn't get a fair shake? Just something for you to ponder on and think. Now, I didn't want to touch this Cosby stuff. A friend of mine told me discuss it. Get on your podcast and discuss it, talk about it. I really didn't want to talk about this topic. But when everything came out as to why he got his conviction overturned, and I said, that might be a good topic. It's just misuse from the DA. He misused the laws. You cannot use the laws and bend the laws just for the sake of you getting a conviction. That isn't right. And let this be a lesson known to them. It was such a lust to get him that you're going to break the law. If there was an agreement in place that this testimony and deposition will never be used against him in a criminal case, and you go beyond that and break that agreement that was made just to get a conviction, shame on you. Shame on you. So, this is episode 21 of Just My Opinion. This is one of my little shorter podcasts because I didn't want to dive too deep into this topic, because it's a painful and sensitive topic. You have a successful black man, icon. Then you had several women said that he did hideous acts to them. So I didn't want to lean either way. I don't want to talk bad about him. I don't want to talk bad about the victims. So, hopefully you subscribe, share, and like. Hopefully this podcast can grow. Maybe if you're a subscriber, tell a friend about me. Thanks for your support. Thank you.